Today's video is a sneak peek into our recent Easter lunch, and I'll also be sharing a very special recipe, and that's my mom's chicken biryani recipe. I first got this recipe more than 20 years ago, and at that time I was a young wife and a very amateur cook. During one of our trips back home, my mother in law asked if I could make chicken biryani. And like most daughters do, I called my mom and she gave me this recipe over the phone. Thankfully, the biryani turned out wonderfully that day, and since then, it has become one of my go to recipes. Today, I'm so happy to share this recipe with all of you as well as with my own daughters. But before we get started, here's a glimpse of our Easter lunch table. If you're new here, hi, I'm Leena and welcome to the channel. I hope all of you will give this recipe a try and enjoy it with your loved ones. Don't forget to drop a comment after. This video was filmed during Easter weekend, and since I had guests over, I had made much larger quantities. But all the measurements I'm sharing today are for 1.5 kg chicken and 4 cups of rice. Let's start with a marinade. Take 1.5 kg chicken. I'm using chicken thighs today. 2 tablespoon paprika, 1.5 teaspoon salt, and juice of 1 lemon. Mix everything well so that the flavors seep into the chicken and tenderize it while we prepare the remaining ingredients. You will also need 7 thinly sliced onions, 1 bunch coriander, handful of mint, 8 green chilies, 3 medium tomatoes, 8 large garlic cloves, and approximately 3 tablespoons of ginger. I usually use a food processor to slice the onions because it takes just minutes to get the job done. I've been using this particular food processor for years and it works like a charm. I'll leave the link to it in the description below. Now let's grind the coriander, mint, and chilies together. If you're using a blender, you may need to add a few tablespoons of water. Once done, keep it aside. Next, let's grind the ginger and garlic into a paste and keep it aside as well. Lastly, puree the tomatoes as well and keep it aside. I have 2 pans on the stove top. In one pan, we'll saute each of the ground mixtures separately. In the other pan, we'll add about 2 to 3 cups of oil and start frying the onions in batches once the oil is hot. To the first pan, add 1 tablespoon ghee and saute the ginger garlic paste for 1 or 2 minutes until slightly golden. Once done, remove and keep aside. To the same pan, add another tablespoon of ghee and saute the mint, coriander, and chili mixture for 1 or 2 minutes. Once done, remove and keep it aside as well. Add 1 tablespoon of ghee and saute the tomato puree for at least 3 minutes until the raw smell disappears. Once done, remove and keep it aside. Lastly, add 1 more tablespoon of ghee and saute a handful of sliced onions until golden brown. Meanwhile, keep an eye on the onions frying on the other stove top because they can burn very quickly. Back to the gravy. Once the onions are browned, add the sauteed mint coriander mixture, ginger garlic paste, and tomato puree. Since everything has already been sauteed earlier, we only need to cook it together briefly so that all the flavors blend beautifully. Now for the spices for the gravy. Add 1 tablespoon coriander powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoon paprika or Kashmiri chili powder, 1 teaspoon garam masala, 1 teaspoon fennel powder, half teaspoon pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon turmeric. Mix well for 2 minutes until the spices coat everything evenly. Now add in the chicken and mix well until fully coated in the masala. Next add 1 cup fried onions, handful coriander and 1 cup of water. Mix well. The fried onions add such incredible flavor to the gravy. By now, your kitchen will be filled with the aroma of ghee, herbs, and spices. And don't be surprised if your family keeps walking into the kitchen to see what's cooking. Cook on medium heat for about 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. I'm also adding few peppercorns here, but that is totally optional. Once the chicken is cooked, switch off the flame and keep the gravy aside. The gravy will thicken slightly as it cools. Now let's prepare the rice. Soak 4 cups of basmati rice for 20 minutes in water. Wash, drain, and keep aside. In a large pot, add 2 to 3 tablespoons of ghee. Then add 5 cloves, 5 cardamoms, 1 cinnamon stick, 1 teaspoon peppercorns, 2 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon salt, and 1 black cardamom. Add the rice and gently saute for 1 or 2 minutes. Now add 7.5 cups of warm water and juice of half a lemon. Once the water comes to a boil, reduce the heat to medium and cover with a lid. Once the water evaporates, the rice should be fully cooked. I usually spread the rice into trays after cooking so that it does not continue cooking from the residual heat. Now for the layering. First goes a layer of chicken gravy, followed by a layer of rice, topped with fried onions. I had fried some raisins and cashews in ghee earlier, so sprinkling some with the onions as well. Next, sprinkle some chopped coriander and mint. Instead of food coloring, I like sprinkling a little turmeric. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 40 minutes until steam begins to rise from the top. You can also heat it on the gas stove on extremely low heat. And now, after all the hard work, it's time to finally set the table. This is behind the scenes of getting everything ready on the table. For drinks, I had made a refreshing mango lassi. I'll be sharing the recipe very soon. And that was our cozy Easter menu: Kerala style roasted beef, samosas, parota, raita, chicken biryani, and mango lassi. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you in the next video where I'll be sharing the recipe for pav bhaji, one of my favorite Bombay street foods. Since we don't get authentic pav easily in Canada, we'll be making our own bread from scratch. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.